Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Loop the Loop English. I'm Emma, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend Ryan.
Hey everyone, it's great to be here. Today, we're talking about something that almost every English learner struggles with at some point. Thinking in English.
That's right. Have you ever had a moment when someone asked you a simple question in English and you knew the answer, but your brain suddenly became slow? You started translating word by word, then sentence by sentence. And before you could answer, the conversation had already moved on.
I think we've all experienced that. Many learners know a lot of vocabulary. They understand grammar. They study every day. But when it's time to speak, they feel stuck. Why? Because they're still translating.
And that's exactly what we're going to discuss today. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why translation slows you down and how you can gradually train your brain to think directly in English.
And don't worry, you don't need to move to another country. You don't need expensive classes. You can start practicing today.
Part 1. What does it mean to think in English?
Let's start with a simple question. What does thinking in English actually mean?
A lot of learners imagine that native speakers constantly create perfect sentences in their heads. But that's not really true. Most of the time, people think in ideas, not grammar rules, not vocabulary lists, ideas.
Exactly. When I look outside and see rain, I don't think, the weather conditions indicate precipitation. I simply think, it's raining.
Thinking in English means creating that direct connection between your thoughts and English words, without using another language in the middle.
Think of it like driving. At first, every action requires effort. You think about the steering wheel, the mirrors, the brakes. Everything feels difficult.
But after enough practice, driving becomes automatic. The same thing happens with English.
Why translation creates problems.
Translation feels helpful because it makes us feel safe. But sometimes it creates more problems than it solves.
Imagine you're having a conversation. Someone asks, "What did you do last weekend?" Your brain immediately creates the answer in your native language. Then it tries to translate every word. Then it checks the grammar. Then it checks the pronunciation. That's a lot of work.
Meanwhile, the other person is waiting. And waiting and waiting.
Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none.
Another problem is that languages don't always work the same way. Many expressions sound natural in one language but strange in another.
That's why direct translation often creates awkward sentences. The goal is not to translate better. The goal is to need translation less.
Building an English environment.
One of the best ways to start thinking in English is to surround yourself with English.
And no, that doesn't mean studying grammar all day.
Exactly. You can start with small things. Change your phone language. Follow English content creators. Listen to English podcasts while walking. Watch YouTube videos in English.
The more English enters your daily life, the more familiar it becomes. Your brain starts recognizing patterns naturally.
And eventually, English stops feeling like a school subject. It becomes part of your daily routine.
Now let's talk about one of the most powerful exercises, talking to yourself.
Some people think this sounds strange, but it's incredibly effective.
When you're alone, describe what you're doing. I'm making breakfast. I'm looking for my keys. I'm checking my email.
Simple sentences are enough. You don't need advanced vocabulary.
The purpose is not perfection. The purpose is practice.
And the best part? Nobody is judging you. Nobody is correcting you. It's a safe place to experiment.
Thinking in pictures.
Here's another interesting technique. Think in pictures instead of words.
Let's say you see a dog. Don't think of the word in your native language first. Look at the image and connect it directly to the English word. Dog.
This might sound simple, but it's actually how children learn languages. They connect objects to words directly, not through translation.
Over time, this creates faster English thinking.
Small English conversations in your head.
Here's a fun exercise. Create mini conversations with yourself.
For example, what should I eat for dinner? Maybe pasta. Do I have pasta at home? I think so.
Now, your brain is practicing real communication, even when you're alone.
And because the topics are personal, the vocabulary becomes more memorable.
Learning to think in English doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process. But every small effort matters. Every English thought is training for your brain. So start small. Be patient. Stay consistent. And remember, fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about expressing yourself comfortably and confidently.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being part of the Loop English family. Keep learning, keep growing. See you in the next episode.